Keep the boogie rolling right. Welcome this morning. I'm Amanda, the program director here at the Senior Center in Milford, Connecticut. And this morning you are joining us Italian cultural class with Miss Anna.
Good morning, Signora Amanda.
Have a lovely trip.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. And this is the place where last week we folded the top of Italy. We don't really care. Sicilia, right here. Did you see this island? I'm going to come closer. The island, I'm sorry. We're just by ourselves right now. I don't need this. Yes, your traditions, your culture is all from here. So before we go into our group, so let me show again Italy. That would be nice as a dress, right? Right, ladies, you put a little bit on the side over here. That would be good. Okay. So for all the people, I come from Umbria, is the heart of Italy because it's the center right here. While all the other regions have water around, okay, Italy is the center of Italy. I'm sorry, Umbria is the center of Italy. Umbria, you will know probably because is the side. So right there. So welcome, new friends. Welcome. Buongiorno, my friend from the Italian group, Marco, always present Marco. Oh, by the way, he comes from Stromboli, okay, northwest, around there of Sicily. And then we have Angela, then we have a Vittoria, then we have a Bettina, then we have a Virgin, and then we Filomena, then Sarah, Luigi, my gosh, Elisabetta, everybody, Vittorio, everybody. Good morning to everybody, and just follow me because today we're going to talk about the food from Sicily. Last week we talked about what to visit in Sicily, Mount Etna to those marionette, the poopy, they call the poopy from Greek ruins. There are many to the islands, the Stromboli, all the volcano around Sicily. But now we have to eat after traveling so much, right? What are we going to eat? Let me explain. The way is very close. Okay? I see the opposite over here. No, it's that way. I know that you guys, I'm seeing the opposite. I'm getting confused. So Greece is this way. So this is all the Mediterranean area, searching for something new. They arrived in this wonderful island. The weather was terrific. So they start planting many trees. Those trees were not just the little bushes to here and there. They were making something very good that people started discovering that was very special. Those were olive trees. The oil, yes, the cooking, but even in their own personal life. So, let me breathe. That's good. So became the oil, to make the last, you can say, blessing at the end of the life done with the oil. The confirmation, the initiation into religious orders is done with oil. If you have us in the past that you hurt yourself, what your grandma did, you put oil and everything is fine. For the beauty of your skin, you put oil. So oil was so important that it was used as a medicinal, as something to put over the food, something for yourself. It was all the time. It toasted a little bit. Put a little bit in the oven. Put a little bit in the whatever you have. Okay, even on top of the stove, you just toast a little bit. Then you're going to put a little bruschetta, not bruschetta, bruschetta. You have the oil. You have a garlic. You have salt and pepper. You can add the little tomatoes, but that is not the original recipe. The original recipe It's only with the garlic and blessing. That was the wine, the great wine, my which they make a little sweet. A pasito is aged, and that is there are many, many types, but this is, you can say, the most famous. And then there is the marsala, which is around this kind of from Portugal, and in England could be a great product. So he started producing it, and he called it, because it was made near a town of Marsala, they call it Marsala. How many of you drank Marsala? I know all of you. I can see that. Look at that face. Look at that. Open up the egg, okay? Not the white. I will have oh gosh, how you say in English? I need my friend to help English. Okay, I don't remember the name. Not the white, the other one. Okay. And then we'll put it in a glass and I put a little bit of marsala and I had to drink it. That was my vitamins every morning. So marsala went long way, many years of production. So the Greek gave into this island the I would say the olive, the wine, and fish. Fish is just a, if you go to Sicily, and I know one of these days you're going to go because you're very, you can never stay still, right? You want to see the world and you want to discover why you have a certain traditions, why you eat in a certain way, why your parents were acting that manner and they were speaking that manner. So you want to discover your past. So you're going to your mainland of Sicily, and you cannot, as soon as you arrive, you're not going to ask for steak in Sicily. You're going to ask for the fish of the day because that is the main resource of the island. And I have two main, you can say, important type of fish in the island. The tuna is so important that they call it, in order to go out to get this red tuna, they call it le tonnate or mattanza. And they are thousands that goes out. They have one leader. The leader is called like the head, the rice. Okay, not rice that you eat. The rice, I don't know, is pronunciation. So we have the boss. Okay, we got it. Yeah, the boss. These nets are divided in 5 chambers. Okay? As soon as the tuna are coming in, they will go through these 5 areas, okay, until they go into the last group of nets that they call it the la camera into this type of net where they will be, sorry to say the word, but they will be taken. I like better that word, okay? Old ballads that are sang in its Sicilian dialect. And they are century years old. And all the time they have to sing and follow the boss in singing these ballads to kind of thank God and all this. Oh my gosh, they get all the fish and then they kill all the tuna. But you must understand that was the bread of many families. If they didn't get a good fish that day, okay, there will be no money, there will be no bread for the children, there will be no life for the family. Fishing the tuna inside this net for all their the richness of food on the table. Another fish that is very popular in Sicily is swordfish. And the swordfish, it was if you want to cook a fish, okay? And what you do, You're going to cook together. First, you put the little onions. First, you put a little oil. I'm going to find the recipe because I don't want that you start cooking something and then it's not good. Okay. Okay. Let me see over here what I first, and you make a little saute. Okay. And then just as get olives, you can do olives too. So capers, olives, onion, tomatoes. You make it simple. Don't get the fish cooked too much, otherwise it gets dry. So that would be a very old Sicilian recipe to cook for fish. Okay. So we went for the fish. Now, as you can see, this Sicilian food received, actually, you don't see it. You see it through my words, okay, but you don't see it. I don't have anything to show you. So, Ireland received, okay, all the presents of the tradition. So far we talked about the Greeks, that they exported from their land the wine, tradition, how to get the fish. But now we're going to go into someone else that left a big, and for you will be little discovery, I think. In the Sicilian recipe, big, how do you say, color and flavor to all the recipe. You know who they were? The Jewish. The Jewish people put their signature on the Sicilian and the way you guys are cooking and the way you peel and to give it a special flavors that we love it, the use of garlic. Can you imagine? Garlic, then the word garlic means killer. He is a killer because you do have some infection. You eat the garlic, yes, you don't start talking with someone else because you smell. But that is it. You're going to be in a great shape immediately. So, what the Jewish people left, the traditions that they left for the future of all the generation, it was to get this garlic to flavor in oil, okay, then remove it for to all these people that told us. I mean, I'm ancient, but they didn't tell me. But they tell before to our family, to our ancestry and ancestors what to do to get a good food. So the best recipe that you can find today is easy and is done with this garlic. In Sicily, it's called la caponata, which is a recipe, a dish made with eggplants. So let's see if you can do it. Again, I'm going to look because I don't want you guys to do something wrong. Okay. First things to do. You go and buy those eggplants. I think that's normal, right? Okay, we all agree with that. Then you come home because you have to come, okay? Not too big, not too small. Common sense. You put in a colander, you put salt on top. You let it stay for 1 hour, 2 hours until the brown liquid will come out. So that removed the bitterness of the eggplants. But today they're not really bitter as before. But anyway, that was the way they did. Then you allow, okay, you try to dry it a little bit. Now we are ready to start cooking. What you can cooking, you do, you put in this non-stick pan, you put the onion, pepper, celery, uh, your salt, and you had the main things that the Jewish people told us to do, garlic. Okay, so you do. Saute the onion, the celery, and garlic. Then you add, after this is a nice all put together, you have tomatoes, capers, with 1 tablespoon, not all together, okay? You sugar, to kind of balance the flavor, okay? And then you have la caponata. So actually, it's very easy to do. It's eggplant with tomato, with celery, with onion, with capers, peppers, all mixed together in this wonderful Sicilian dish. You don't want to have it for dinner la caponata with eggplants. You're going to have a spaghetti alla norma. Spaghetti alla norma is like when you think of Napoli, you think of pizza. When you think of Sicily, you think of spaghetti alla norma. They were done around the end of 18th century, and they were called like this, become an opera that was written by Bellini, Vincenzo Bellini, and it was a great success. And it was done in Catania. So what they did, they named this dish after this great musician. Fry, you eat the pasta as you usually do, then you fry the eggplants, okay, fat, and then you put the pasta into this fried eggplants, and you put you kind of flavor all of that with salted ricotta. Salted ricotta is aged ricotta. It's not the kind of soft thing that you buy. It's like a piece of cheese. It's aged. It has salt in it. So what they do, they grated this salted ricotta on top of spaghetti with eggplants. And this is called the number one dish of Sicily, spaghetti alla norma. Now, why they say norma and, for example, na tomato or na Antonietta or Filomena or Angela, whatever, right? Norma, it was, and this is the story of the opera that the musician presented. The story Norma is a very tragic story because this woman, it was the daughter of the king, and the father decided that she was going to be a kind of voted to chastity, a special nun, if you can say, right? But Norma had different idea, and as you know, life by now you know the fact of life. Remember? Okay, the fact of life that she fell in love with this Roman soldier, and she was so much in love that she had two children. Talk about that, right? Now, remember the story were kind of in Italy, so this happens all the time. The Roman soldiers is going to kind of have a free night, and he met another girl, which was supposed to be into the group of Norma, another special nun, if you can say, right? I discovered that they are sharing the same man. So she gets upset. She calls all the father was a king, so she wants to pull all her tribe and kill this Roman soldier. She tries, but at the end, she cannot do that. So she offers herself as a victim because she's not supposed to have all those two children and all that stuff for the story. And she sacrificed herself, and the Roman soldiers follows her. So the opera with the death of Norma and the Roman soldiers. So to kind of make it, the Italian, the Sicilians are very romantic. To make it this a little bit more positive, they create this spaghetti alla norma. So there is always a tribute to this fictional story about Norma and her love with this Roman soldiers. That was cute, right? Okay, swordfish, caponata, spaghetti alla norma. So those are kind of heavy dish. Now we need to have something dessert. We need dessert and maca. Acquolina means there is water in the Italian language. Acquolina in bocca. Say it with me. Aqua, aqua, right? But it's a little one. So, acquolina, acquolina. Oh, you're good. Good for you guys. Acquolina in bocca. I have a little water in my mouth. Mean when something that you desire to eat. So good. So, acquolina in bocca because I'm thinking about this dessert and all the desserts that come from Sicily. Yes, sure, you're right. Gelato, 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 gelato. So we say the gelato, which is not the ice cream, even though translation from Italy, gelato means cold ice. So here in America, we call, in England or the English country, we call ice cream. But it's different because there is a less butter fat and is that one is a little bit more ice. This is a more has a cream. So the flavor of gelato and ice cream are different, are not the same. The word it could be the same, but the flavor is different because the has more of the product, whatever lemon fruit that they are using. Who invented this one? Goodness sake, I didn't. I was not there. Who invented, created, give it is a gelato? It was when Sicily were under the Arabs. It was the beginning the millennium. For 200 years, Arabs were in Sicily. And you know the lifestyle, there was the Sultan. The Sultan had an incredible number of women. So these women had to work every day and night, every night, to get the favors of the Sultan. So they came up with all these most magnificent desserts. So there is a gelato, and then there is a now we have the ice, which is the ice infused with syrup. And you can do very well at home. The recipe goes, for example, do la granita di limone. You need, for example, 5 or 6 liter, which is probably 1 liter of water. Okay, you put this the water with a cup and a quarter of sugar, a cup, and if you don't have it, those 5 or 6 lemons, you can do a cup of lemon juice. Don't boil it, you just melt it so the sugar gets together, okay, with this water lemon, and then you put it in the freezer. In the freezer, you have to mix every 30 minutes, otherwise it becomes icy. And then you're going to have this granita, which is the number one important delicacy during the day for the Sicilian cassata siciliana or the marvelous cannoli. I cannoli siciliani, everything, all the best desserts are born in Sicily. That's why in New Haven we have a Libby's, we have a Lucibellas. I don't know, probably even in Milford, but the spirit is really in New Haven. This cannoli, imagine this one, they came from Caltanissetta. Caltanissetta is, remember my picture, the island? The Sultan has 500 almost in a castle. That's what is the Caltanissetta means, the castle of women. And they were producing all the time this wonderful dessert. But they would not get the favors of the Sultan. So one day they come up with this recipe of making this fry outside, a little crispy, and they put all the ricotta inside with a diced fruit or different flavor. And it became so the number one place that the Sultan would go. For Spanish came into the island, and then the French, there was a long story. All these women, where did they go? They went into convents. Into the convent, they left to us this wonderful recipe. That's why we have it, cannoli Siciliani, that they were prepared by these women for their to get the favor of the Sultan. So, my friend, I think the time is almost there. My gosh, I would love to be longer and longer because my intention here are to transport you into your past. This past that when you were young, when you were small, then have the time to ask the people that you were born here in, but your parents, grandparents had a past that was probably 2,000 years old, and it was full of tradition, full of story, full incredible resources to live, to cook, to talk, to think, right? So my intentions are to bring you into your marvelous share, not from your experience, your past, and all your stories. I'm sure that Mark has a lot of stories that when we will get together, we can listen from him and Donato smiling week because even if things are a little bit today confused, I'm sorry, I have to breathe, a little confused, we have to do the same your ancestor did. Keep smiling, keep cooking, and be grateful for all the resources that your family has given to you. So, next week is going to be another story, another time to be together. Share this moment with all your friends so we can grow into a big family. As always, I'm going to bless you because I love you. And I'm going to say, God bless you for the week and be here next Thursday. Ciao.